got your refrigerator plugged up.
Totally live right now. Hello, Kansas City. What's going on? That was my cousin back there in the background. Good to see you all. Happy Thursday. And it is Tavern Talk with Jen. And here we go. So tonight, I don't have a particular special guest. Y'all know I do my segment outside. So if you hear the car going by, please disregard. Just sit back and let's have another show. Positive. For those of you that may be new to the show, Tavern Talk with Jen is a small business platform by a small business owner for small business owners. And today we're going to touch a little bit on how to incorporate yourself as an organization or LLC is what we'll talk about. But let's go ahead and get started. You know, we normally start off with our question of the week, but I changed it up a little bit. I think I'm going to do a little bit of couple changes to the format of the show moving forward to make it much more accessible and user friendly and more engaged for small business owners. And one of those things are we are going to talk about several different things today. But for right now, instead of the question of the week, we actually are going to have all you viewers chime in with posting any small business events that may be happening in your area that we can support and share and put out for people to go out and be a part of. It's totally covering my face. Oh, there we go. So we're going to leave that up there. So all of you guys watching, please just take a moment, maybe do a quick search to see what business opportunities are going on that we can participate in, whether it's an expo or a pop-up, or even if it is a location that is open this weekend that you really enjoy going to, and maybe we just don't know about it. And you can share that with us on the page and we'll push it through, post it, boost it, and try to get some business going their way. So we don't have a question of the week. I know people just love to find out new bits and pieces of what is going on in Kansas City and about Kansas City. But instead, we're going to pull it all together and be a little more supportive in ways that we can discuss small businesses. So with that being said, continue to post and I'll bring it up here later on. But today, we're going to go ahead and move very quickly into our drink of the week. So the drink of the week is is one I do every week. The recipe, pretty simple. And as you know, I make them and do them live and we taste them together. So go ahead. Actually, I'm going to fill in a little bit about some tavern topics that we have going on. So as you all know, I announced on last week that the tavern was not really going to be full-time on location down in Westport anymore. I will, however, do a pop-up this coming Saturday down at 3900 Pennsylvania from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. So if you want to come down, you missed out on it, come on down. We'll have some great conversations and games and music as we always do. So if you haven't had a chance to come down, please come down and check us out. And don't forget, I am still in the running for Mobile Bar of the Year with the Pitch KC. I'll put that link in the comments as well. So for those of you that may not have voted yet, I will put how to, where to, and I need your vote. So more to come on that as well. So this week's drink is going to be, my computer is moving like super slow. There we go. The rumberry punch. Okay. Very, very, very simple, people. Not at all difficult to make. Rumberry punch is fall. We're getting into our rums and our bourbons and our ciders. So that'll be interesting and fun to do as we get further and further into the fall holidays. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this beautiful picture down, but that's what it should look like ideally. And we'll make our drink. There are 3 very simple ingredients in this particular rum punch. And the first one obviously is going to be rum. So I have my mason jar today. I'm feeling like real country with my rumberry punch. So we have 3 ounces of gold rum. I do tend to use Bacardi But whatever kind of rum that's not too far away on different flavors, pour that into your glass over ice. It's in there. Then we have 6 ounces of cranberry juice. Okay. We're going to pour that on top. I know that sounds like a really odd mixture, and it might be. But to top it off, the recipe called for a ginger ale, but I'm going to go ahead and use Sprite because Sprite makes everything better. There we go. So you can see with the ice, and then we're going to stir it up a little bit. See what we're working with. Here we go, everybody. Hold up your drinks. Okay. I don't know why I make my drink so strong, but it's good. I have to say. I thought it was going to be a little bit tart, but with the cranberry juice, but it's actually a nice smooth drink. So I might have this on the truck as well. I'm surprised how good it is. So rum berry punch, super good. So I'm gonna put that to the side. I hear you, Nicole. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that to the side. And we're gonna move a little bit further in our segment. And we're getting closer and closer to, closer and closer to our video, to our time to talk about LLC incorporations and how that works. And I'll go in a little more depth on that. But before we do that, I do want to remind everybody, even though I'm not on location, I am still a full mobile bar event service. So if you have a birthday party coming up, a wedding coming up, or just something, a family gathering or anything that you may be putting on that you're like, you know what, I would like to get a bar, I do those things as well, especially through the holiday season. So keep me in mind if you're not so much wanting the bar to come out. I do sell my blends as kits for 2 people or for a gallon. Pricing and all of that information is on my website for you to take a look at. Carlette, I know I'm a real drinker, but that one kind of surprised me. We'll have it tomorrow while we're doing our other show. Yep, we got another show coming out, but I'm not going to talk about that. So with that, let's go ahead and move forward. And I have a little bit of a video to show you here. Ooh, I thought these things were dying off, but I guess they're not. So before we get off into the incorporation steps, because I think that's going to take a little more time, because I want to make sure that it's clearly defined and you understand how that process works. After this short little video, I will be right back to talk about becoming an LLC and what that takes and the steps needed. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so we are going to talk small business. I'm going to make myself small so you all can see the step-by-step chart that I have. And I want you all to understand that it is so very, very simple, especially in the city or in the state of in Kansas City, inside of the state of Missouri. It's literally 5 steps to establishing your LLC. And one of the reasons I'm wanting to go through this a little bit is to talk about how I know that there are people out there that you can pay to do this service for you, or that charge to do this service for you. But within an hour, just 1 hour out of your day, and by the time that hour is over, you could be an official small business with your registration of your articles of organization, and what you need to get started on the path. And I'm a firm believer that if you at least take these steps, and it's something that you've thought about, if you're someone who's like, I really am gifted with this, or I really enjoy doing this, and you want to share that, I would encourage you to do it by way of small business. So today we're going to get through the first 5 steps of establishing an LLC, and there are different ways to set yourself up. So the top 3 ways that you can set yourself up as a business is as a sole proprietor, which is just like you work for yourself. You're kind of like a contractor or subcontractor, where you can separate yourself as a business, but it's all done under your name, right? Or you can establish yourself as an LLC, which is a limited liability company. And what that does is it allows you to separate yourself while you're still the sole proprietor. You are the owner, the operator, or the manager. You can separate your business side, your business entity, from your personal name and from your personal self. So I would encourage you all. And then, of course, there's incorporating yourself as a corporation. Those are typically for much, much bigger businesses. But for small business, the most popular way to establish yourself is as an LLC. Okay. With that, while an LLC and the separation of the two, in the instance if problems arise, if you have issues that come up, and I mean, I hate to put it out there, but you get people who, I ate a piece of so-and-so's barbecue, or I had a cocktail from Jennifer's bar and I drove home and had an accident. Well, if they wanted to come after me, they wouldn't. They could come after and take issue with my company, but it doesn't necessarily fall back on me. Although ultimately I am responsible, but you want to separate the two because it could become very, very, costly for sure. So with that, with an LLC too, it allows you, and we'll talk about it too, to do other things that you might be unable to do as a sole proprietor. So let's go ahead and start that. First, number 1, as you can tell from the chart that I have up, you want to choose your LLC name. Okay. So in the city of Kansas City, or with the state of Missouri, is where you're going to start first. What you're going to do is step 1 is file choose your name. There's a database on mosourcelink.com, and I'll put this in the comments as well, where you can go in and based on whatever name you have, there's a database that you will do a search by. And in that search by, you enter in the name, and if anyone else has that name, you can't use it. So it has to be something unique and specific and not in use. Okay. So you might get on there and it'll tell you, it's really easy. Oh, like if someone went in there and said, I want to do Whiskey and Wine Wandering Tavern. No, I'm protected as an LLC that these people can't go in and use my name. So that's the first step that you're going to do. And I'll provide, again, a link for that. With the LLC, you'll fill out some questions, and all of this information, again, is on Source Link. And it literally takes you step by step by step on everything that you need to do. And by the time it's over, it's done. You filed and you are official. So with that, number 2, appointing a registered agent. All that means is you have to appoint one person to be your point person. The person who will receive all business information, is responsible for financial information. When it's time to pay taxes, there's one point of contact with that company that has been established with under the name that you secure. So, I mean, that's pretty easy, right? Once you've completed those two steps, you then are able to file your article of organization. What that means is you officially register with the state of Missouri. And I will tell you, there is a fee. It is $50 to do it online to file this paperwork. So if you get people out here that want to sell you some $100 bundle or some $200 bundle, oh, we'll do all this work for you. If you have it like that, go for it. But I really, really recommend that. One, is pretty personal information that you just don't want to share with everybody. Two, it is literally 1 hour out of your day. And three, I'm going to put two links in there, one that deals with the state of Missouri, one that deals with the city of Kansas City. And it is so very easy. And I'm also going to put a third link in there called KC BizCare. And this is all they do. So if you ever have any questions, there's a person readily available to have that discussion with you. So once you have filed your articles of organization with the state of Missouri, step 4 is preparing an operating agreement. This is pretty much a summation of your business plan, okay? So the reason the operating agreement is so, well, one, it's necessary. You have to complete it. But in the form, in the link that I'm going to put out, where I tell you it takes you step by step by step, it will ask you the questions. You don't have to make anything up. You don't have to go and research operating agreement. You don't have to do anything like that. It is literally on the screen in PDF for you to fill in your information. So it's just going to ask you things, the name of the company, who you are, what your services are that you're going to provide, things of that nature that deal with the business. So once that's complete, at that point, you're finished with the state of Missouri. Those 4 steps, that's it. You're done. You're registered. You are a full service LLC business at that time. And then the last step is getting your EIN. And your EIN is a federal number. It is the employer identification number. It is your business's social security number. So as individuals, you know, we all have social security numbers. I'm going too fast. And this, again, is what separates the business from you. So an EIN, just think of it in terms as your official business social security number, also known as your employee identification number. It is completely free. And it too, in the website link that I'm going to send you, as it goes through the step, it's going to tell you your next step to conclude becoming an LLC is to get your EIN. Again, before you finish, once you submit it, immediately you get that number and it's emailed to you. So all of this, not only is it 1 hour to do, within that hour, you will be able to print off your articles of organization and your EIN number. And then with those bits of information, you've done it. You can congratulate yourself. That part's over. I mean, the real work must begin, but in all, thoughts and reasons and moving forward and motivating yourself to like take that next step, that's where it starts. You have to start there before you can do anything else as a business or as a business owner. Okay. So if you're not clear about something that I may have described to you or explained to you, please, by all means, put your questions in the comments and I'll be happy to respond to you. But it really, really is. I promise you, when I put these links in here, I'm going to say start here, step 1, start here for step 2, because once you've done the state of Missouri, the city of Kansas City does have its own set of not certifications, but what's the word I'm looking for? They have their own permit and business permit requirements. And they won't even look at you until you've done the Missouri state stuff. But it depends on your business. Not everyone. Some of the things that you have to start up with the city of Kansas City, it may cost. It just depends on the business. Like for me, because I'm in a liquor service and I sell liquor, I had to get liquor permits, right? I had to pay the city in order to do that. Now, there's other businesses that may not require that. I'm not sure. That will require for you to make a call based on the product or service that you're offering to find out how that works. But the city, like the state, they're going to need you to register with them so that, guess what? You can pay them taxes. Everybody wants their taxes. So once you've established yourself as an LLC, the final step is going to the Mo website or the Kansas City website, which again will be in the comments, and concluding that whole process. Now, you do have to make sure. Oh, the dogs! Oh my goodness! I don't know what's going on, but these dogs are going crazy. Long as they aren't free, I'm okay. They're not roaming; they're just all over the place. So, I want to encourage anyone who's watching, please, 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 please take these steps. It's not so much just from the tax portion of it, but it's to secure yourself as a business owner so that you can establish a separation of the business and whatnot. And these forms, once you've done them, when you go to a bank, you're going to have an LLC, articles of organization, your EIN number, in order to set up a bank account under your business. If you're wanting to find investors, you're going to have articles of organization, operating agreement, EIN number. These are documents minimum that are going to be asked for. They won't even consider you unless you have done this. So on a legit basis. So it's very important to do that. It is such a feeling of accomplishment once you've kind of committed to this process. And it's the first step to the commit. So I encourage anybody to go out and do it. I'll keep this chart up. Again, it's such a simple process. And I mean, if you want to pay someone to do it, go for it. But I'm telling you, for $50, it's done. That's it. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. So don't fall for the noise. Don't fall for the little packages that pop up and be like, oh, for $80 or whatever. No, no. You don't have to. And if you really, really get stuck, just message me. We'll walk through it together because I just don't want to see you spending money that you don't need to spend. So I hope that helped. That was kind of exhausting. I'm over here like out of breath now. Let me take a drink. Just one moment. As soon as I start talking, the dogs start going crazy again. But I was able to get all that information out to you today. What we're going to try to do with the format moving forward is I'm looking for some co-hosts to come on, and we are going to dive more into what is happening really with small businesses. I appreciate you guys holding on for as long as you did, listening to me about what the tavern had going on and what this is and the drink of the week. But, okay, I need another drink. Thank you, Nicole. But we're going to kind of harness this thing together and focus more on we're going into the holiday season. People are starting to get back out and go shopping again. And we no longer have to do everything online. We can do things in person now. And I want to be able to make sure the platform reflects that. And as we move forward and we grow this thing, we can do it together and it becomes a resource for all of us. Okay. So continue to have those hopes, continue to have those visions, continue to just invest $50 right now into yourself to establish it. But I guarantee you, when that paper prints off and your name and your company name is on there, it does dramatically affect your motivation and it keeps you want to press on. And that's all we're trying to do is just press on and build and grow. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. To wrap everything up, because I only have 5 minutes left. Goodness, that 30 minutes went quick. If you know anyone that has a small business, whether it's here in Kansas City or out, we can support online as well. Send them my way. You know, normally I have a guest on here to talk about their products or their service or to educate us on small business. So I know with the kids going back to school, people's work schedules being a little bit different, it changes availability for people. So we might have to do some pre-recordings. I'm totally fine with that. I like the live aspect, but if I can get more people in front of you and share this thing and grow it, then that's just what we'll do. I have no problem with that. So I really appreciate you guys for watching. And as always, have a fantastic week. God bless y'all. Please stay healthy. Please stay healthy and be mindful and take care of each other. All right. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.